Another movement here, that's Gilmore, and he gets the ball into centre field. Big Jamie Thackeray, vast Super League and Championship experience in the shape of the 35-year-old. Gilmore, good player this, gets the ball inside, chance, first try for the London Broncos, and it goes to Elliot Keir.
A cracker, an absolute cracking try that one, wasn't it? Very, very well constructed from a tap. They set the field position up, and then a really clever play there that opened the space for Elliot Keir.
Timely first try of the season for Elliot Keir.
Well, I said, John, that the only way that this London outfit could really have an impression was to make sure they went down the middle, and the inside pass and the dummy was absolutely superb. Tremendous play there.
It was Oscar Thomas, wasn't it, who switched it at first, then it was Tom Gilmore. Lovely little show there that took one defender out, then he carried on playing upstream direct, took the fullback out just to bring Elliot Keir on the inside for a really well constructed try there, and a great start. It wasn't penalty try this time, it was just one penalty and then the try.
So great start for them, and here is the Fijian international. Played in the World Cup in 2013, Wes Ngama, who will try and slot over his 37th successful kick of the season and give the Broncos a 6-point lead, which he does. London are ahead by 6 points to 0 against the favourites, the Sheffield Eagles.
And well deserved as well. It was a good work move, wasn't it? But the dummy and the offload from Tom Gilmore. Watch the inside, but watch for Gilmore. Throw the dummy, then back on the inside. That is great support work. There's nothing better than to see the forwards working hard and then bringing the halfback. But that was skill factor there from Gilmore.
Stop him. Here's Stroffer again. Dwayne Stroffer arrived at Sheffield from York in 2012.
Got the short blind side, intercept.
I tell you what, this fella's quick, Williams. He really is quick. And he's hugging the sideline. And he's going to beat Quintin Lala Tongagai and goes all the way for the second London Broncos try. Ex-Warrington, also the Crusaders in 2011. 8 games at Castleford in 2012. Bags of Super League experience. And he just picked that ball like an apple dropping off the tree. And as I say, he's quick. And from one end of the field to the other. And Rhys Williams, the former Welsh international, over the line at the other end. It seemed like in the blink of an eye.
Yeah, it certainly was, and it was a golden opportunity, but he took a huge risk. They often do that. He knew that the overlap was there. He didn't get himself in a good position, and you'll see the reason why. They worked the short side, and then he said, well, I'll go for it. A split second earlier, he could have been in trouble because he was off balance.
Not the best from Sam Smeaton.
No, and he picked it out exceptionally well. You could see there that Rob Warrency had already gone. And as you said, Eddie, he's a chunky winger, but nothing was going to stop him. Well, second try. This is a shock.
And Rhys Williams with a try in front of the Welsh national coach.
I'm going to say, Eddie, it's not a former Welsh international.
Sorry, John.
It may well be a current Welsh international.
Well, at 26, he shouldn't be former, should he?
Correct.
Rhys Williams. Well, it looks like, Rhys, you'll be able to put your name down for another cap when John picks his team later on this year.
I'll tell you what, John, it won't be the first time that Eddie has brought the end to an international player's career. But give him full credit. You know, he's not one of those lanky, lithe runners, is he? He's pretty solid.
And he works very hard when he's bringing the ball out from his own end, and he can also finish very well. So, yeah, we'll be on the phone to him tomorrow, Eddie.
I bet you will be, because he is the Welsh international leading try scorer. And he's got a few more years ahead of him.
Now you're trying to get him back in.
Ngama then with the conversion. Oh, he slots that over. This is a great start for the Broncos. 12-0 they lead. They had to win this, according to Andrew Henderson, to have any chance of making the top 4, and they've got a wonderful start.
And that was a great effort, you know, from Rhys Williams, because the fullback Quintin Lala Tongagai, he can run as well, and he's coming across there. But Rhys Williams just holds his form there, fully confident. He's got the pace in those legs to get there, and there's a penalty from Sheffield Eagle, grappling round the neck. The Australian Steve Thorpe just on from the bench.
Tremendous start then after 13 minutes for London. Catalan have hit back against Wigan. And here is Andrew Henderson directing the traffic around the pitch. He says that's all he's there to do. Well, he's directed them perfectly for 13 minutes so far. And there he is again. Gets the ball away also to Thomas, and then the ball down the line. Oh, it goes inside. It's a try, this.
Yeah.
It's another try for Ben Halliwell.
Beautiful kick on there, and he has no doubt, Chris Kendall. What a beautiful kick into the corner. Well, David Hughes, the owner of the London Broncos, probably can't believe it. I spoke to him earlier this week, and he said he knew it was going to be tough against the Sheffield Eagles side that have been in absolute wonderful form. But it's all about taking your opportunities, John, and give away a penalty here. Steve Thorpe, 34, 40 metres downfield. You get the confidence, and as Eddie has mentioned, Andrew Henderson has kept everything under control, and that is a back mistake by QLT, number 1.
I agree with you, but let's give a bit of credit as well to Elliot Keir. It's the man round the back there, and he just dabs it through on the left foot there. And it's a really aggressive, enthusiastic chase there from Ben Halliwell. And he just wants to get to that ball more than QLT wants to clear that ball. And really, Sheffield have started mentally off the pace in this game, and the Broncos really are. They've brought their A game. They're really in the zone and working hard. And nothing typifies it more than that kick chase there from Ben Halliwell.
And the wonderful thing about it is that having the coach, Andrew Henderson, out there on the field of play, he will be going round to all his players now and saying, listen, let's not get excited about this. Okay, we've got a flying start. But he knows the quality of the Sheffield Eagles side. They will bounce back. There's still plenty of time in this game.
Well, there is, but if this sails over from West Nagama, we will have exactly the same situation here in the second match as we had in the first, an 18-0 lead to the underdogs. If that's fair to call London the underdogs and to call Whitehaven the underdogs. It is 18-0. But what London must guard against is not what happened in the first game, where they, Whitehaven, that is, surrendered the lead in the end, and at the end of the match surrendered the 2 points to Workington.
Yeah, this is well worked. You can see that the defence just hanging off. Beautifully weighted kick. Ben Halliwell, no doubt about it. Good positioning by the official. He had a good sight of that.
Well, Sheffield came into this full of confidence. They beat Dewsbury 15-8 on Tuesday. It was their third win in 4 league games. Coming next, they have games against John Keir's Batley, Hunslet, and then Whitehaven. And Mark Aston spoke to him at length yesterday. He believes if they win this one here today and those 3, they're on their way. But I'll tell you something, Ilias Makani has got 3 in support, and Elliot Keir will go over for number 2. What a start for the London Broncos. What a tremendous start for them. A tremendous start for the Welsh international, Elliot Keir. And they lead now by 22 points to 0 with a kick to come.
I better get the phone book out for Elliot Keir as well, hadn't I, Eddie?
No, that was a tremendous break. And it shows you that, you know, when you get the confidence, and let's face it, you score 3 quick tries, you're just buzzing. And they decided to put the ball out wide, deep from within their own half, and that shows you the confidence that they've got. And this is a perfect try, and you can see the hesitation. Nagama just got it back on the inside, and the winger, super stuff. Oh, that was tremendous.
It was excellent short side work, wasn't it? It's Corey Aston who actually bites in at the defender. That creates a 2v1 situation, and Nagama brought the wingman in and then released Makani, and then the fullback Elliot Keir doing what all good fullbacks should do, tracking up the inside, supporting up the inside, and he crosses there. And that's 3 tries since Sheffield have last touched the ball. Penalty, they scored, and then they scored from that kick-off set as well. And they're in trouble.
Yeah, they certainly are, and the hesitation in their defence on that short side. I mean, it was painful enough for the coach Mark Aston to have watched the way that the London Broncos were cutting them up in and down the middle in the play the ball area, but to see that the centre just hesitated and allowed that was good work by the winger Makani. He showed this pace.
Well, this for another perfect 6. for London. And this for a 24-point advantage. He's not going to miss from that range, Wes Nagama, the Fijian. 24-0 inside 16 minutes. Sheffield coming into this match winning 3 of 4. London coming into this match losing 3 of 4. Where's this form come from?
Well, it's come from skillful play like that there. Lovely short side play, just stripping defenders out and well-weighted passes. But the big thing about this Broncos team at the minute, they haven't made an error, and I don't think they've given a penalty away. And when you're playing as squeaky clean as that, you get possession, you get field position, and they've taken full advantage. And you referred, Eddie, to the first game. Well, Whitehaven scored 4 tries, kicked 1 goal. The Broncos have scored 4 tries, converted them all. Could make a big difference.
Took a mortgage in 1984.
Yes, showed great courage there.
Oh, what a pass!
Wonderful play.
Nagama, he's got support. Keir is on for a hat-trick if he gets it here. And he gives the ball away, and it's another try, this time to Thomas, Oscar Thomas. The young man back at the Broncos following a spell in rugby union with London Irish. And Oscar Thomas, well, this is turning into a nightmare for Sheffield and a dream for the Broncos.
It's a great try as well, wasn't it? I just love the enthusiasm, the support there. There's the error, the poor pass from Brambani, which was behind Smeaton, which gave the Broncos the possession to launch this attack. And again, it's some lovely footwork there, and an offload to the supporting Nagama, and then Elliot Keir shows great composure to find Oscar Thomas, and he wasn't letting the defenders, and he wasn't letting the referee stop his progress either. It's Harrison with the initial break, the second rower.
And what about the way that Thomas took out the referee in the process? Get out of the way. What a handoff. One of the best I've seen all season. And Thomas, I mean, Chris Kendall, the official, he was trying his damnedest to get out of the way. And Oscar Thomas says, bump.
He gave him a helping hand.
Did he? Oh, I mean, that was sensational. And he had a huge smile on his face because he knew he had to push the official out of the way.
Only his second try of the season, Oscar Thomas, but it gets London Broncos to 28 points to 0 ahead. And, well, if this sails over, it'll be 30 points to 0. And one of the finest defences in the Championship. They've only ever conceded 30 points on 3 occasions. But this, I think this kick from Nagama will make it 4. Oh, it doesn't. There you go, I've put him off.
Won't be the first time, Eddie, but this really is a shock.
That was a shock, he missed that.
Yeah, it certainly was.
After his previous kicks were excellent.
But look at that, the way that he apologised to it. And there is Steve McGee. And I think he'll be shaking his head because he has been with this club that long. He has seen up and down, and he's been an absolute ambassador for this game of rugby league and for the London club itself. He's been to so many grounds, but he's still stuck with them. And I think he will be bewildered by this wonderful, wonderful start. And why not? And what about the owner, David Hughes? He must be smiling. He must, as I've said it before, Eddie, he must have a smile as wide as Christmas Day.
Set number 3 in good field position.
You know, I think Garside was badly done to there.
Tony Tonks with a drive to the line. He's going to be held up. So they'll take it back to the 10-metre mark. Well, we've got the Magic Weekend coming up next week for Super League. London won 4 of the first 5 of the Magic Weekends they played in, but they've lost the last 3. This is their Magic Weekend now, and Aston has given Sheffield Eagles a lifeline. Corey Aston just ducked underneath the challenges, and the young man who has a real eye for the try line, Corey Aston, gets over for try number 6 of the season. Interference at the play, the ball on Brambani, that brought the penalty, and Aston took full advantage in the end.
Well, I think they're a bit unlucky there, but take nothing away from the lovely dummy by Corey Aston, and also the little step. Look at that. That shows the quality. His father will be proud of that. And I tell you what, the rest of the players will be mighty relieved. They were being absolutely hammered by the opposition, and this will give them hope.
Yes, he adds the extras, does Brambani. So it's now Not quite so bad for Sheffield, but still a long way from home. 28 points to 6 they trail. And just to finish off that point about London, they've lost the last 3 of the Magic weekends. Wouldn't it be nice if they had a day in the sunshine here and won on what is the Championship's magical weekend? But siren sounds in the background. Well, the story of a lightning 27 minutes for the London Broncos here. Elliot Keir with his first try after 5 minutes. Williams with a length of the field try 6 minutes later. 4 minutes after that, Halliwell was up the other end. A minute later, Keir scored his second. And then, well, there was a slight respite for the Eagles before Thomas came up with the try on 27 minutes. 28-0, the game looked all over. But young Corey Aston's try has given Eagles a lift. They still have all the work to do, though, in the second half. And this is coming through.
And not only that, Eddie, this is a golden opportunity as well, because they know they're going to be put under the spotlight. You know, to be on television, etc. It lifts their game.
And he's
Daniel
impressed
Harrison.
me. Yeah, he's impressed me as Harrison with his footwork and his ability to offload. Really played very well in that first half.
And there was the odd little offload as well from the prop forward, Jamie Thackeray. Oh, that's a good...
Great move. Elliot Keir gets the ball in to Thomas, and Oscar Thomas gets his second try of the match, or does he? Chris Kendall will hand this one upstairs again to the video referees, Ian Smith, Sam Ansell. Think he's given try on the field?
It has. I think they're looking at obstruction, according to the referee. But there's some good shape there and some good decisions with ball in hand. I can't see any obstruction there. I don't think that there's been defenders been impeded whatsoever, and he's been grounded. I think that'll be a pretty easy decision for the video referee, Ian Smith and Sam Ansell.
Yeah, he's had a fine game, this fella. And surely this will be confirmation. TRY, there it is. Boy, that's a huge boost.
It's a massive boost for London at the start of this second half, it really is. Oscar Thomas, one of the local boys coming through, with the likes of John Wallace, Jean Delappy, who we're not seeing here today, Joe Keys, McCarney, Williams, Davids. They're playing really well.
Beautiful pass on the inside from the fullback Elliot Keir. But not only did Thomas score that try, he gets himself involved early. Just look at this, and then just doesn't give up. Knows that there's an opportunity back on the inside, and that's the one thing that London have really excelled at tonight, or should I say today, is the ability to be able to just get the ball back on the inside, support play. It's something that's been lacking from the early part of their season, but boy, they've embraced that today.
It was a great try, wasn't it? And again, the 3 instrumental players were Tom Gilmore, Oscar Thomas and Elliot Keir, and they're 7-6-1, they're 2 half-backs and the full-back are really playing very well indeed and causing all sorts of problems for the Sheffield Eagles defence. And if this gentleman, Mr. Nagama, continues with his form with the kick-in, you sense this is going to be one of the shocks of the weekend.
Nagama then. Can he just slot this conversion over? Missed previously with one, but he doesn't miss with that. Fabulous match that to bring the curtain down on this final day. That follows the conclusion of this match here, around about 7 o'clock. And we have 20 minutes or thereabouts remaining here.
Well, it's a matter of pride now in regards to Sheffield trying to get some points on the board. I mean, it's a valid point, Eddie, is the fact that they've... Oh! What a take!
Easy this is, and it is going to be a hat-trick try for Oscar Thomas. That was like picking apples off the tree for Thomas. The kick straight into his midriff, and the referee, Chris Kendall, points to the spot immediately. Well, this is turning into a rout, and Oscar Thomas, and it's the perfect hat-trick as well. 27th minute of the first half and the first 2 in this second half. Look at that.
It's good skill.
Unbelievable, wasn't it, John?
Yeah, it was. I mean, they were looking to put the ball in the corner there, and it came out, and it was kicked at with some force there from Bram Barney. but he's looking to charge it down, but he adjusts his hands position so well there, with a bit of help from his right leg that was raised. He reined that ball in, scored, and it's a proper hat-trick, Eddie. One after the other for 3 tries. Tremendous stuff. Not the best from Bambini, but that just shows you all the hard work in the gymnasium. I can remember years ago, John, you had a six-pack exactly the same size as that, and it was just ricocheted off and came off, and he took it so beautifully. What a game this kid's had.
Here's Oscar Thomas, the perfect hat-trick. 3 in a row, either side of half-time. And where's Nagama now? Remember, earlier in the season, February, London were put to the sword 40 points to 6 by Sheffield Eagles at the Keep Moat Stadium home, the temporary home, as they await the construction of the new stadium in the city of Sheffield, the Steel City. And it's a little bit of let's get our own back here, because look at the scoreline now. It's exactly the same as it was in February, the other way round. What a hat-trick this has been.
Yeah, that was the first one. Handed off the referee to get that, and then supported the play. He created it in the first instance and then finished it off. And then the kick from Bambini said, thank you very much indeed. Let's have the 3 on the trot.
Successful.
I resemble that remark.
Coming again here with Keir, gets it away to Rhys Williams, good feet. He's away from 2, he's away from 3. I think he lost his footing, as well as the challenge that came in on him from Smeaton. Keir is there again. And a chance here for Garside. Garside gets the ball away. It's a Rhys Williams try in the corner, and Rhys Williams gets his second of the match. It has been one-way traffic from minute 1, apart from the Corey Aston try just before half-time. 44 points to 6.
And again, applied the pressure. And look who's at the heart of it again. Oscar Thomas. Then the quick hands out wide. Williams. They just stretched the Sheffield defence, and they've done that all day.
Yeah, it was Matt Garside, wasn't it, who really took the fight, and he'll really enjoying that against his old team. And then some good hands once again. Releases the Welsh flyer on the left wing. Rhys Williams. A tremendous try. They've played this, Steve. I've watched a number of London games, obviously when you're prepping, when you're playing against them and so on and so forth, and I've watched a number of London games in the Championship. This is by far their best performance. It really is, and it's a great stage, isn't it, to do it on, in front of an increasing crowd that's building up for this great finale, which will be the Bulls against the Halifax team.
Indeed. And when you think, you know, the season that they've had hasn't been just plain sailing. I mean, Joey Grimer, the coach, he went very early in the piece, allowing Andrew Henderson to take over as the coach, and Liam Foran, Luke Adamson, they departed never having pulled the jersey on. You know, they looked in absolute turmoil, but congratulations to Henderson, to David Hughes, and now Brian Noble on the sideline. They're settling things down here, and this is an impressive team, and this is an impressive kicker, Wes Nagama.
I agree with you, Eddie. It is. This is building for the future.
I mean, we shouldn't get carried away by one result, should we?
No, and we've also got to take into account, you mentioned it earlier, that, you know, Sheffield did play a very, very strong game midweek. So naturally the fitness levels may have taken them apart, but you'd expect that to perhaps be a problem late in the game, the last 20-25 minutes. But the way that London just ripped them apart early.
They have, and they've displayed their wares in front of our cameras here this afternoon. This is a neat kickoff, by the way, from Sheffield. Just bounces inches in the field of play. They're going to get head and feet at this scrum now, deep in London territory. But let's hope that some people in the capital, in the south of England, are watching this and they're enjoying the fact that London are playing so well. They might actually go down to the Hive at Barnet and see this team in action live and in the flesh.
That Gilmore could do, and that wraps it up.
Sheffield's agony is over, and London Broncos and their coach, player coach today, Andrew Henderson, they will celebrate a famous victory here on the northwest coast. Only one try, they conceded that by Corey Aston in the 32nd minute of the match. They kept Eagles at bay throughout the course of the second half, running in 3 tries of their own. Thomas completing his hat-trick and Williams getting the final one with 12 minutes remaining. 46 points to 6. We've had a Thomas hat-trick, we've had a couple from Keir, a couple from Williams. Halliwell has thrown his hat into the ring as well. Comprehensive is the only way to describe this victory by the London Broncos.